Well, this is the latest flight of my VAS Spectre. The intention for today was to see how far I could get with the video, but the wind's blown up and I'm not really game to go too far away, so I decided I'd do some low stuff just in close, just to keep the hand in. And yeah, this is just outside the southern end of the strip. This is the neighbouring farmer's driveway. I'm just flying down. I hope to fly under that tree one day when I get enough guts. But this is just lining up on our strip, which starts round about where that dam is. So I'm just coming down for a low pass on that. But as I'm coming in, I start to wonder about that, about flying north. I think if I fly north into the wind, I'm much more likely to be able to get the plane back. I've drained the battery a couple of times trying to fight the wind on my way home. My only concern is this hill. I think it'll probably block the signal because it's pretty close to where I stand. But I decided to give it a go and head out to the middle of the valley to give myself as much clearance from the hill as I can and start to gain a bit of altitude and for a climb up the middle. And I'm thinking probably anything above 500 metres will probably be okay. I mean, it's pretty flat. I shouldn't be running into any territory, but I'll see how I go. As I said, I don't expect to get that far down the mountain anyway. So just commencing the turn now. As you can see, I'm just over half a kilometre out at 140 metres of altitude, starting to climb up. And yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I've still got enough voltage in the battery, I think, to go a couple of kilometres. So up at 11.2, I've climbed up to about 500 metres and decided, well, I'll put a little bit more on. I'm keeping the current low, so I'm climbing fairly slowly, and it seems to be going fine. I'm a little bit surprised that I'm still getting video signal, but I decided, well, I've got enough battery to keep going. I'll just see how far I can get. So I eventually get it up to about 800 metres and coming up on about 2.5 kilometres from home, I start to get a bit of degradation on the video. Starts to fuzz up a bit and break up and freeze. So I decide I've still got a bit of battery left. I might just put it into return to home mode and have a mess around with the antennas, because they're still pretty well pointing west, which, because my original intention was just to fly around in a circle from where I am. So I have a fiddle with the antennas while it's on the way back and get a clearer signal. So turn around and start going back on the trip. So as you can see from the display, I've come back a kilometre in the process of realigning the antennas and lining back up on the valley and continuing on. So it's starting to get a little bit bumpy. The wind's obviously coming up, but we're still making forward progress, so it doesn't seem to be a problem for the plane. I've still got voltage left in the battery, so I'll just keep on going and take a little bit of time to have a look around. It's a very impressive piece of real estate, but it's obviously got a lot of working farms on it. There's plenty of dams everywhere, so yeah, I'm sure the lads back at the club will be quite interested in seeing this. it's not something that any of us have ever got in and had a look at. So it looks like the valley actually ends not too far away. Having a look at the video display, I'm coming up on 5 kilometres then, so I'm quite amazed that I'm here. There's still some volts left in the battery, so things are looking pretty good. So I decided to keep going. I come up to about 5.5 kilometres before I start getting some breakup of the video. I've lost a little bit of altitude. I'm not sure whether that's got anything to do with it, but I've flown a fair way from the last time I realigned the antenna, so I'm thinking if I had more voltage I'd have another go, but I'm starting this before I started out, but I'll save that for another day. So I decided to just turn around and head back, and so this is a view pretty well straight back from the turn, and I'm actually behind that hill over there, so there's no line of sight to the plain, so I'm amazed that I'm over 5 kilometres out still with full radio control and still getting usable video, so pretty impressive. So I decided to lose some height to conserve a bit of battery on the way back, but I find that if I get down below 500 metres I'd lose the video altogether, so I'll do most of the flight back above 500 metres. Once I get to 2.5 kilometres, I'm still looking relatively good. I'm just still in my comfort zone for voltage, but I'm glad I don't have any further to go home than 2.5 kilometres. So I'm back inside 1 kilometre and my butt cheeks start to unclench a little bit. I'm only just above the 10 volts, so I know I haven't got that long to go, so I basically get down to the deck as quick as I can and bring her in for a landing. It isn't anything pretty, but happy to be safely on the ground with the battery voltage dropping down below the 10 volts just before I hit the deck. So I'm pretty impressed with the whole setup, and when you look at the stats there, I've gone over 26 kilometres, been in the air for almost half an hour, and but it wasn't in any danger of falling out of the sky, so pretty happy. I can't really wait to have another go on a full battery next time. I guess I'll also have to start thinking about a antenna tracker now. I haven't really made the commitment till now with the 5.8 gig because I wasn't really sure how far it would get me, but yeah, I can't see myself wanting to go much further than 5 kilometres, so an antenna tracker might just be all I need. We will see.